Okay, so we've made it to the last example. This is example number 10. It'll be in the key of E flat. And if you look over at exercise number 2, that one is in the key of C sharp minor. So that one in the key, if you were writing a Nashville number chart, it would be a 6-5-4-1 ending on a minor 6. If you look at number 10, it's in E flat, but the numbers would be 1-4-6-5. So same chords, different order, and a different resolve. Number 2 resolves to the minor 6, and number 10 resolves to the major 1 chord. So having this in a key that's just like, that's down a half step, the idea was to kind of work on some common keys and then shift things a little, like, you know, like this flat key, it kind of gets you out of the dots, really. So it gets you out of kind of a comfort zone with the visual recognition. So know that you're just playing the same shapes. You've done these before. You've been doing this throughout the course. But this parallels number 2, just different key, down a half step. So let's go ahead and look at number 10. We'll find these chords. And I think what we'll do is we'll start in the, let's go ahead and start in the middle of the neck. And then we'll go low, then high, and then we'll stay high and work our way down. So middle, low, high for the neighborhoods, stay high, middle, low. So we'll go through each neighborhood twice. Twice here, twice here, twice here, 2 more times here, 2, and then we're going to end low. And before I show you the pattern, let's find these chords. So since we're starting in the middle of the neck, we're looking for an E flat. And if you look at your neck diagram, it's the 8th fret on the 3rd string. So the major chord shape that goes with that, it's in root position. This E flat is the lowest note. It's this shape, right? And then we need an A flat. This is your G. This is your 3rd of the E flat chord. If you go up a half step to the 9th fret, that's your A flat note. So this D chord shape we've been playing, we're going to play it with the root at the 9th fret. And then we need a C, part of your A flat major chord. The minor 3rd is a C note. So 1st string, 8th fret. It's in 1st inversion. That E flat that was the root of the E flat chord is now the minor 3rd of the C minor chord. And also that E flat was the 5th of the A flat chord. So we've got E flat, A flat, we've got the C minor. Now we're going to drag this C minor back to and put a major 3rd in there. So C, we're looking for this B flat, and it's that shape, okay? And then I think I said that we would start here, low then high. So we found these. Now we're going to go down here, our E flat, this neighborhood around the 4th fret. We take this A flat chord, that D shape. Remember the root is on the 2nd string. We drag it down to E flat, we play the same shape. So now that's our E flat chord. And then our A flat, we have at the 4th fret, 1st string, play the appropriate shape for major if you're looking at your sheet with the root on the 1st string. That's the same that we did for this B flat. So if you think about just dragging this B flat down a whole step, you're there. So you have E flat, B flat, A flat, and now we need a C minor. So this 3rd of the A flat chord, that will now be our root note of C minor. So root on the 3rd string, 5th fret, play a minor shape. So you're looking for the red dot on your chord diagram, the root on the 3rd string. And if this is C, if you go down a whole step, there's your B flat. and a root on the third string, the major shape, is that. And that's what we were playing up here for the E flat. Okay, so we have E flat, A flat, C minor, B flat. Then we're going to jump up high. So this, we're going to jump from this B flat up to this neighborhood at the 11th fret. That's our E flat now. So that was our A flat here, our B flat here. We drag it up to the 11th fret, same shape. That's now our E flat. Now we need an A flat. So we have an A flat at the 13th fret, 3rd string, and we play that shape, which was our E flat here and our B flat here. So that's our A flat. Now, a good transition off of this A flat, we need a C minor. There's a C on the 13th fret. So you could come off, because of the way the progression is, we've talked about using these common fingerings to make for smooth transitions. This A flat, just put your second finger down and lift your third. You're into your C minor, and then we're looking for a B flat. So if this is C at the 13th fret, we go down a whole step to B flat, play the appropriate shape. You're looking for the red root note on the second string, you get this shape, which is what we played for A flat and what we played for E flat. So E flat, A flat, C minor, B flat. So we'll start in the middle of the neck, go low, go high, stay high, middle, low. So we're going to go through the progression twice in each neighborhood. Now, what we'll do is we'll play this arpeggio pattern. So we're going to start on the thin string, the first string, and we're just going to come down and go strings 1, 2, 3, 2. And we'll do that in each neighborhood all the way through to the end. So remember, here, low, high, high, middle, low. Okay, let's jump in with the track, and we'll go for it. 3, 4, 1, 2. Down low. Up high. Stay there. Move down. Down. Okay, now let's talk about the next rhythm. All right, so for this next one, the strum pattern is going to be down, down, up, down, down. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So. And we're going to start high, and because we're doing a little more of a strum thing, let's do it 4 times in this neighborhood, 4 times here, and then we'll end down here. We'll end low. Okay, so I'll get the track ready, and we'll go for it. 3, 4, 1, 2. Down. Down. Okay, good. Let's do a couple in 12/8. All right, now we'll do those jabs, and we'll start high. We'll do it twice there. We're going to go low twice, medium twice. And then we'll go, yeah, let's do the same thing. We'll just do that again. We'll cycle through that. Actually, I think I want to end at high. So let's go high, low, middle, low, middle, high. So high, low, middle, low, middle, high. And we'll just do those jabs. Okay, here we go. Low. Move up. Stay there. Back down. Go high. Okay, let's do one more in 12/8 and that'll be it. Okay, now we'll try this rhythm. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, da. So. And I'll probably mute it, and I will hit all 3 strings. I know before we talked about just hitting strings 3 and 2. I think I will hit all 3 all the way through. And I'll do that mute thing that we've talked about. So I think what I'll do is start, I think I want to end kind of in the middle of the neck. So why don't we start high, and we'll do it twice. So we'll go high, low, middle, high, low, middle. So those will be the 3 neighborhoods we'll hit, okay? And we'll go through the progression 2 times before we have to move. So let's go ahead and do that. And if that rhythm is kind of tricky for you, you don't have to worry about the muting. You can just strum it, or just strum it 1 time as well. That would be fine. Just make your changes in time. That's the most important thing. Okay, here we go. 2, 3. Go low. Move up. Back up. Low. Move up. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed the course. It was a lot of fun to put together, and it was a lot of fun to organize and kind of think about how best to utilize these shapes and keep you focused on the top three strings. If you're looking to pair it with something, if you're more interested in going deeper in some of the theory stuff, like the Nashville number stuff, and the key signatures, and understanding what is the difference between major, minor, diminished and augmented triads. We just got into major and minor here, but in the music theory course, we don't get into augmented, but we do cover the major scale, and we go through all 12 keys, and we build the triads for every scale degree, so you'll know why certain chords are in a key, how the numbers relate to them. So that would be a really good course to check out, is the music theory course, the major scale and the Nashville number system, and building triads. If you want some work on the lower part of the neck, one of the first courses that I did was to get people moving around on the 6th and the 5th string, and it's just using power chords. So if you're a beginner, both of those courses would be really good for you as well, so don't be afraid to jump into them. If you're looking to brush up on, having some exercises to really nail down the low strings, the power chord course, and if you need to brush up on your theory, that theory course is a pretty solid course, and it gets you in to understand the basics of the Nashville number system. So I hope you enjoyed this course. There will be, I think, maybe 2 or 3 more in this series. We're going to move up across the strings, so new triads, new shapes. That'll be coming soon. Go back and practice these different concepts in terms of rhythm, the arpeggiating, the strumming, and the jabs. Go back and work through the lessons and utilize the backing tracks to practice at your own speed. And if you can get through all these without really kind of missing anything and understanding it, I think you know the top 3 strings and those triads pretty well, so you should feel pretty confident jumping in with other people, playing along, knowing what shapes, chasing the chord progression around, picking an area, and playing something that makes sense rhythmically, compositionally, and fits the style of the track. So I'll see you next time.